Every year, tiny birds like the European robin travel thousands of kilometers with astonishing accuracy. They traverse continents and oceans, arriving at specific overwintering grounds with a precision that rivals modern human technology. The monarch butterfly executes a similar feat. Millions travel from Canada to a tiny cluster of forests in Mexico, a destination these specific insects have never seen. They are the great-grandchildren of the butterflies that left the previous spring, navigating a route they only know through inheritance. These organisms navigate featureless oceans and pitch-black skies without GPS or maps. For decades, the mechanics behind a half-gram brain reading the Earth's geomagnetic field eluded traditional biological models. Mapping their routes and observing their behavior only highlights the mystery. To explain how a fragile creature survives these global crossings, we have to look past standard anatomy. This timeline illustrates how life mastered the invisible forces of the planet millions of years before humans developed the magnetic compass. Evolutionary pressures shaped these sensory networks as early organisms sought to survive the advance and retreat of prehistoric ice sheets. The geomagnetic field provides a constant reference frame. Generated by liquid iron swirling in the Earth's core, it offers consistent vectors of inclination and intensity across the entire planet. But at 50 microteslas, its physical pull is significantly weaker than a standard refrigerator magnet. Classical models relied on the assumption of iron-based magnetic receptors to detect this pull. However, physical iron clusters in the beak cannot account for the highly sensitive, light-dependent orientation these animals display in real time. Finding the true mechanism requires moving past macroscopic models. To understand how a bird visually perceives a magnetic field, the investigation turns toward the subatomic. This vertical scale demonstrates the gap we must bridge. The secret to this navigation is locked within the probabilistic dance of subatomic particles, shielded within the noisy environment of a living cell. The hardware driving this biological compass is located in the retina. For decades, researchers searched for magnets in the beak, but the breakthrough came when they focused on the bird's vision. This diagram highlights Cryptochrome 4a, a protein in the eye's photoreceptor cells. It binds to a chemical cofactor called FAD. When a photon of blue light enters, it strikes this molecule, providing the exact energy required to trigger an electron transfer. This evolutionary design is highly specific. Genetic variants that fail to bind this cofactor properly result in a total loss of magnetic sensing, proving that magnetoreception depends on this exact molecular arrangement. The process begins the moment blue light strikes the retina. This blue spectrum light provides the precise quantum of energy needed to kickstart a rapid chain reaction within the protein's architecture. In the radical pair mechanism, a photon forces an electron across 4 amino acids, creating 2 unpaired quantum-entangled electrons. They oscillate in superposition. Earth's magnetic field interacts with them via the Zeeman effect, altering their quantum rhythm based on the bird's orientation. Normally, these delicate states would instantly collapse in the heat of a living cell. But research from 2026 revealed how the surrounding protein and aqueous solvent physically reorganize around the electrons. This structural reorganization locks the charges in place. It prevents the radicals from immediately recombining, sustaining the quantum state for a crucial microsecond, exactly long enough for the magnetic field to influence the chemical outcome. The survival of the species depends entirely on this fleeting ability to shield subatomic coherence from the noise of the surrounding cell. Because the varying spin states produce distinct chemical products, the Earth's magnetic field literally alters the activity of the cryptochrome protein. The bird's visual system translates these varying concentrations into a neural signal. These signals travel through the thalamofugal visual pathway to a specialized forebrain region called cluster N. Markers of neural activity show this region is only active during nighttime flights, confirming its role in magnetic guidance. For the monarch butterfly, this internal compass is linked to specific environmental cues. Millions of monarchs rely on the microclimate of these fir forests in Mexico to survive the winter before their spring remigration. This map shows how the butterfly's compass adapts to the seasons. Researchers discovered that 24 days of exposure to winter cold acts as a physical recalibration switch, reversing their orientational preference from south to north. It is a strictly behavioral response to the environment, ensuring the butterflies begin their return journey at exactly the right time. These creatures do not consciously process physics. Instead, their biochemical architecture has been tuned over millions of generations to function as an automatic, living quantum sensor. As this chart indicates, it is vital to separate verified science from mysticism. This navigation is a purely physical process dictated by the laws of thermodynamics and spin dynamics, not by animal consciousness. In 2026, physicists calculated the absolute maximum sensitivity possible for a magnetic sensor, a limit dictated by Planck's constant. This timeline highlights a milestone discovery. The biological radical pair mechanism operates astonishingly close to this absolute quantum limit of energy resolution. This proves that nature has engineered a magnetometer that rivals the most advanced human-made superconducting technology, achieving near-perfect efficiency at room temperature. This diagram visualizes a new scientific reality. Solving the mystery of magnetoreception required the integration of supercomputer simulations, molecular sequencing, and behavioral ecology. It shows that the traditional boundaries we place between these fields are artificial. In nature, they operate as a single, unified system. Evolution is the ultimate subatomic engineer. By arranging individual atoms within a protein to exploit the probabilistic nature of electron spin, it has turned the deepest laws of the universe into a tool for survival.